I'm sorry. It was a little technical problem. Now I'm ready, and we are waiting for Jakob Feyferlik, the principal dancer of Dutch National Ballet. And we are going to make a little talk, a little interview. And I hope you will like it. Yes, hi Jakob. Yeah, one moment. Yes, we are waiting. Just a second. Hi.
Hello.
Hello. I'm really glad to see you today. How are
Me
you?
too. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Very, very fine. And happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, yes.
to you and to everybody today.
Thank you very much.
Yes, and I'm really glad that we have an opportunity finally to talk a little, and maybe our spectators who are watching now the live want to ask some questions. Dear friends, if you want to ask, please write your questions in comments, and we will see and we will try to answer. Okay. Yes. Let's maybe start.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and firstly, I would like to talk about your childhood and the first steps in ballet. How did you start dancing, and what maybe inspired you for doing ballet?
Well, I started actually already on my when I was one, I think, with my
Wow.
sister, because my sister was a ballet dancer, and so she was always my big idol, my big inspiration. So I always got into this. And then I started, when she had ballet lessons, I started in the back dancing around, just playing around, jumping around. And then my parents just decided and said, like, there is no way we can get out of him, like out of that. So they just asked me if I want to dance ballet, and I said yes, I would love to. And then I started and I got into it. And my sister was, as I said, always a support. She was always there, and she inspired me, and that's why I also kept going. And then, of course, through the career, I really, my biggest idol was and still is Friedemann Vogel. And I really like the way he dances, the way he presents himself on stage. And I'm really glad that I had the opportunity to watch him in Manon when he guested in Vienna a couple of years ago. And I was just so overwhelmed to see him and to see this his art on stage, kind of. And this was a very beautiful moment for me.
Yeah, I can imagine, because
Yeah.
he's an incredible dancer.
Yes.
And I had the chance to watch Meyerling during the quarantine, and it was really amazing performance, and it's really great to watch his really acting and dancing and all the professionalism he shows on stage.
Yeah.
And personally, for you, was it difficult to rise in your profession so fast as you rised? And how do you feel now, being really an experienced principal dancer in quite young age? And what helps to achieve the next goals to go forward?
Well, it was always like I didn't really expect that this happened so fast, you know, because everyone tells you it takes time. You're like you need to start in the group, you need to do all the group scenes, all the group dances, and then slowly you get possibilities, and then you maybe become a principal or a soloist, but you never know. You know, it's also a lot of luck and talent, of course. And I think I was very lucky. I got a lot of opportunities very, very fast and very soon.
Yeah.
And I just took the opportunities. You know, I couldn't resist. I just wanted to be on stage. I wanted to perform, and I wanted to do all these principal roles. So nobody could stop me in that kind of way. And of course, it was not easy. You know, like you had to prove yourself, and you have to take a lot of responsibility when you do a principal role, and to lead the whole company through a ballet, you know, and to rule the show kind of. But it was a very nice process, and I also worked a lot with my former director from the Vienna State Ballet, with Manuel Legris, and it was such a pleasure, and I was so honored to work with him because I learned so much. He's really a great teacher, and he pushed us to our limits, and you could not get enough. You know, you always took more and more information, and I think this was really helping me a lot to get to this point. And now that I'm principal since a few years, I'm really always developing my characters, my roles, because now I'm dancing it more often. Of course, I'm always getting new roles as well, because there's such a large repertoire. I didn't dance everything yet, and that's also good. You know, I also want to do always new stuff. But yeah, this is very interesting to see. You know, how I develop a role, a character.
Yeah, and it's also very interesting for the audience, because it's always really interesting when we see a young principal dancer who is hungry for new roles, new possibilities, and who's developing, and we can see this development on very, very high level. From
Yeah.
almost from the start, not from the very start, but almost. And what are your hopes for the upcoming season? We know this year is going to be also very difficult,
Yeah.
but it will be the upcoming season in Dutch National Ballet, and what is your plan, maybe plan minimum
Well,
for the season?
I hope first of all that we can come back to the theater to perform. Right now, the theaters are closed. We're not performing at the moment because the numbers are too high in the Netherlands, and I think in whole Europe at the moment, and the whole world. So I would like to finally settle down, you know, in the theater as well, not only in my place in Amsterdam, but also with the company, with the theater, to finally perform a full-length ballet, and to show, you know, myself as a principal dancer here. And I think, and I hope it's gonna come very soon. But for now, I think we have to keep it very minimized and in small groups and small pieces. So it will get slowly there, I hope, in a few months. And let's see what it brings. And I'm looking forward, you know, I want to get this new experience. I want to work with new people. And that's what I'm looking forward, actually.
Just to start
Exactly,
the
to
real
start
season.
again. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was very lucky to be working with the Dutch National Ballet last season for Nutcracker. I had the opportunity to dance there, and I really enjoyed it. And that was also the reason why I joined now the company for this season. And I wanna have this feeling back. You know, I wanna experience this again in a different way, of course, because I wanna do new roles. I wanna do new performances and new stuff.
Yeah, it's always really interesting and exciting.
Yeah.
And you were born in Vienna, and you lived in Vienna during many years. And was it difficult to leave your native city? Not only the ballet company,
Hmm.
but the city.
Of course. I mean, I've lived in Vienna my entire life. Since I was born, I was in Vienna, and all my friends, all my family members, I left behind there, kind of. It's hard. It's difficult because I don't see them every day or once in a while. I just see them now, especially now with this pandemic. I just see them over FaceTime or video chat. I cannot really go back to Vienna every weekend if I could. So it was quite hard for me and a quite hard decision. But on the other hand, it was also a very easy decision for me because I wanted to experience something else. I think it is very important for a person, any person, doesn't matter if you are a dancer or not, that you should experience and live in another city or another country, just as a life experience, also for your personal and private life, to be really independent, because I like the comfort that I had my family in the same city and the support, of course. But now it's a bit different. I'm really doing everything by myself. I'm here alone, living in this new country. It's a beautiful city. I love Amsterdam as a city. And I love Vienna. Vienna is a beautiful city with so much history and so much culture. But Amsterdam has a really modern touch, I would say, which is kind of nice for young people and also nice for me, for my personal life, to experience something else. And this is what I think, for me, was the right decision right now.
Yeah, and I understand that it's always a challenge, but it's an interesting challenge. In
Yeah.
some interviews I have read, you said that you are not a kind of ballet nerd, and that you have interests and hobbies out of dancing. What do you like to do in your free time, leisure time?
I try to. I mean, I like ballet a lot. I mean,
Yeah,
it's my profession. It's my passion. It's what I love. So of course, if there is a ballet, if I see something, I will watch it. But
yeah,
when I'm really trying to turn off my minds about my job, I'm trying to meet a lot of people, like to gather with friends, which is very difficult right now because we cannot gather around. We have to keep a distance. But I try to always meet friends, talk a lot about different topics because everyone is experiencing something else, and I'm also very interested in other topics, so I can learn from the people, from my friends. So I'm not always stuck in this ballet bubble, kind of. So I'm more like also part of the outside world.
yeah. About the outside world, uh, do you like another kinds of art? Maybe art itself, music, cinema, etc., etc. Or you do prefer something more, maybe scientific or something like this?
I mean, I like the arts very, very much. For me, it's very fascinating. When I listen to music and when I see some paintings or sculptures, whatever, I'm always thinking about how a person can think of something. Like what is really the meaning with this kind of art. And um, also when I read some texts, sometimes, and then it, I'm really starting to think um, what I would think about it or what I would feel if I see it. Like I'm always making my own my own opinion about it. And I find this very interesting and fascinating how differences, like there are so many differences when we think about stuff.
Yeah. And about maybe traveling, do you like it?
Yes, I love traveling. I wish I could travel right now.
Yeah,
But it's
I
very difficult. I
understand.
mean, I try to, yeah, I try to, I mean, I hope soon we can travel again. And I would love to see the whole world, because I would also experience these many different cultures we have in the world, and also see these many beautiful places they are. It doesn't matter if it's in Europe, Asia, or America, wherever, every continent I would like to see and to travel and to take something from it, you know, to first of all, because nowadays you can see so many pictures online on
Yeah.
Google or stuff like this. You can just look it up and then you see the pictures, but it's not the same. I need to be there. I need to see it. I need to experience it. It's like,
Yeah.
it's also part of the life. And I think this is also helping me for my life experience and for my private feeling that I would love to see stuff like this.
Yeah, I understand you very, very much. Yes, and every time I travel, I try to visit a lot of places. And for example, when I go to Europe, another countries and another cities, big cities with big ballet companies, I want to go to ballet to watch, to experience something. Yes.
Yeah.
And what places you have visited impressed you the most? To have the top.
It's very difficult because I really like a lot of places, because every country, every culture is different and nice in their own way, you know. Every country, city has something else, something personal, which I really like. Of course, I like Amsterdam a lot, otherwise I wouldn't live here. But I'm also always very fascinated about Japan, for example. I love I love Tokyo, such a big city, and how organized this is. You know, it's very fascinating how things are working differently there than in Europe. But I'm also always very, like, I've been a couple of times and to Russia, and I'm also very impressed, like how things are working there. You know, especially how the Russian people love ballet and appreciate it. You know, and this is very rare, and I'm really really glad that I had the opportunity to work there and to dance there and perform there. And then of course you have like some destinations for summer holidays. You know, I went once to the Seychelles, which I really enjoyed. It's like paradise, you know, beautiful sea and beaches you have there, and it's just incredible for a few weeks to just relax and enjoy paradise and the sun. So yeah, I really cannot say which country or culture I like the most I've visited so far, but I would really explore more, you know. I'm really willing to go for it and see so many things in the world. So maybe in a few years I can tell you more which city or country I like the most.
Yeah, I hope we will have the opportunity to talk about this.
Yes.
And about your experience of performing in Russia, what did you like the most? What surprised you in Russia and Russian ballet world, or it was just as you had imagined before?
I was really, I mean, I liked it a lot. I was there just for a very short period because we just came for one performance, we left, and then the year after again. So I've been a couple of times, but always very short. So it was just like on the plane, go there, rehearse, perform, and go back, you know. So I really couldn't
Yeah,
really
as
see
usual.
so much around. It's like usually for us, you know, you go
Yeah.
there, you perform, and then you go back. But what I really liked, as I said before, I really appreciated the way the audience is treating us, kind of, you know. They're really supporting because they really adore ballet, I think, and the arts especially. And they also have like a cultural background in Russia, and I love the Russian school, you know. I was educated by a Russian teacher in school, not only, but I started my basics with a Russian teacher. And this was for me, so I was really glad, you know, because I could really learn how it started, kind of. I mean, okay, ballet comes from Louis XVI, French, the French king, but it developed in Russia, you know, and I really like the school there, and it's kind of a tradition also, the Russian school for me. And I always, if I try different schools and choreographies, I'm so glad that I have the Russian basic, you know, so then I can add on the steps from the other schools, from the other countries or techniques, you know. But the basic, I'm very glad that it's Russian.
Yeah, and Russian basic, not Soviet, but Russian, Imperial Russian,
Yes.
is the base for many modern schools, including
Yeah.
American one, including French, French one because of Serge Lefort. Yes, and then Rudolf Nureyev, Soviet Russian school, and we also remember that Manuel Legris is the student of Rudolf Nureyev, and it's very connected between.
It was great, you know, like Manuel gave me so much input from the French school as well, which I tried to adapt on my Russian basic I had from school. And this is for me was so great, or is still very, very great for me, because I can just develop myself as an artist, as a dancer, you know. So I like the mix, kind of.
Mix all the
Yes.
European technique. Yeah, it's really amazing because I think the ballet world is global. It's much more global and united than the political world, the usual world. Ballet world is very very connected. All the countries are united in the process of creating, and the choreographers can travel, the dancers can travel, and the teachers. It's very important, and so we can see the development of the whole the world's ballet at once. Yeah. And who are your favorite dancers from the past?
Favorite dancers from the past? I mean, well, you said before Rudolf Nureyev, like he was a legend, you know. It was just incredible. If you had the opportunity to see him, or even like to work with him, and this is like Manuel Legris was a student of Nureyev, and that's why I'm also very glad that I have worked with Manuel so many years, so he could pass on information he got from Rudolf Nureyev, you know. So I definitely would say Nureyev is a big inspiration from the past, and I would also say Manuel Legris, because he was such a great dancer.
Really great.
It's just incredible how his technique was, and I really like his dynamic, you know, on stage. He just went on stage and he fully enjoyed it, you know, and gave everything 100%.
Yeah.
And this is what I really like. And yeah, I think
it was really the fascinating period of Manuel Legris, because all this generation, including Sylvie Guillem, Kader Bellarbi, Laurent Hubert, amazing, really amazing.
Yeah, I feel like this generation was really all of them, you know. I could not really name so many. I mean, Manuel, I work personally with, you know, so I can say that he helped me a lot and that he inspired me a lot. But I'm sure the other ones, they were also, or they are still great, you know, as a teacher or as a dancer also.
Yeah, I understand really, and you're very lucky to have worked with
Yeah.
Manuel Legri. And about a little bit unpleasant thing, is the critics important for you, or it is not very significant?
No, it is really important for me, especially a good critic, you know.
Yeah,
This is
only
this is always important to read or to watch, to see, um, because they have the point of view from the audience. You know, my ballet master or teacher, my director, they can tell me one thing. They can tell me I was bad, I was good, this was not working, but they have the eye of a ballet dancer. Have the eye of the audience. I would say of a normal person now, not ballet world person.
not a
So
professional one. Yeah,
exactly, and this is kind of important also because ballet is not a sport, so it's not really depending on periods or jumps, you know. It's also depending on how I look as an artist, how I represent my role, my character, and how I present myself on stage. So I'm always looking forward when I can read some critics. Of course, I like the good ones more than the bad ones.
yeah,
Um,
it's normal.
that's normal, yeah, I guess. And then it's also like kind of it helps me to be more comfortable or more confident, you know, when I read something good or that people me enjoyed watching me on stage, you know. This is making myself feeling better.
Yeah, I understand this very much, being a ballet journalist, and I understand from another side,
Yeah,
not not as a professional dancer, but not as as an ordinary spectator, something between, and I understand you very much, really. And let's start the short questions, the
mm-hmm.
list of short questions about your personal tastes and your personal opinion. What is your favorite food?
I would say definitely Italian. I really like every Italian dish you can imagine. I don't know, it's just so tasteful, you know. You really enjoy every bite you take. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter if it's pizza, pasta, salads, cheese, everything. I think it's very good.
Do you have a favorite place in Amsterdam?
Um, Actually, my home, I must say. My home is beautiful. I have a beautiful view on the canal. I really enjoy it, especially now in autumn. I look out my
It's amazing.
window. I see the leaves falling from the trees, you know, and I have the canal right there. And when I have a walk around my neighborhood, it's really beautiful, and I really enjoy living in this city.
Yeah, very romantic view.
Yeah,
I have been to Amsterdam for just a few days, but I was really charmed by
yeah,
the canal and all these houses along.
yes,
And it was in December, but it looked like um, the late autumn, and
yeah. You have
it
to
was
be very
amazing.
lucky with the weather, though, I have to say. So if you have
Yeah,
a bad weather, it's not so nice if it's raining the whole day, but you get used to it very fast. But when you get a nice day with a little bit of sun and no rain, then it's really beautiful and you can really enjoy the city.
yeah, I understand really. And what is or what are your favorite films?
Um, I like a lot. a lot of movies actually, but I would say, because I also really like the books, I would say Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of Harry Potter, and I've read all the books, and I've seen all the movies a couple of times, not only once. And it's just so fascinating, you know, that this whole story was building up kind of, and it in the beginning it seemed to me like it never ended, and then when it came to the end I was so sad that it stopped. But this
Yeah.
is a whole, you know, it's a different world. They build up a different world, a new empire,
Magic.
and this was really, really cool for me to experience.
Oh yeah. I can not to not to ask. What is your Harry Potter world faculty? Hogwarts faculty.
Slytherin.
Slytherin.
Yes.
Nice to meet you. I'm a
Yes.
Gryffindor.
You're Gryffindor. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm really a Slytherin. I also, like, if I ask my friends, they would say definitely I'm a Slytherin.
My friends know that I'm a Gryffindor because I was in doubts. Maybe I was Ravenclaw, but Gryffindor.
Okay.
Finally. Okay. And what is your favorite music? What kind of music? What genres? What musicians do you like?
I don't really have a specific one, like I would specify now on, but I like a lot, you know. I like always what, if a friend is asking me what would you like to listen, or which music do you listen to, I'm like, play whatever you want. I listen to everything, and if I like it, I will put it on my playlist, you know, and I will get to know this musician more and better.
What
And I
was
also
the last
really,
one you added to your playlist?
the last one I added to my playlist. It's a very difficult question. I think the last one I added to my playlist was Max Richter. And
Yeah.
this was actually because I just wanted to say I also really like classical and neoclassical music. And it's sometimes I really don't feel like this pop music or hip hop music, because I just want to relax, calm down, and then I love listening to classical music. Not all the time, but sometimes it's
From time to
really,
time, yeah.
yeah, it's really relaxing, and I can really enjoy and think about stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Also think about what's going on in my mind, especially now during these difficult times. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I understand you, and I love the music by Max Richter
Yeah.
also. And my favorite classical composer is Tchaikovsky.
Oh, mine too. I mean, Tchaikovsky is a genius in my
Yeah.
eyes. He was a genius. So for
He
me,
was and he is still.
yeah, there is no
Because,
one like Tchaikovsky. You know, you cannot compare.
yeah,
Of course, there are many other good composers as well,
really
but
great.
Tchaikovsky,
Tchaikovsky is
especially for
one and
ballet.
only. Yeah,
Yeah.
one and only. And about reading,
Yeah.
what are your favorite writers and books? We know about Harry Potter.
Yes.
What
So I definitely like J.K. Rowling, who wrote the book of Harry Potter. And yeah, I have to remember now the name of the author. It's, I think, Paulo Coelho.
Yeah,
He
Paulo
wrote
Coelho. Yeah.
a book I read a couple of months ago, and I also found it very interesting, and I really liked it. So I would say these two, because they are different, you know.
Yeah.
This was like, Harry Potter is really science fiction, you know. It's like not a real story, but I felt with Paulo Coelho, I felt a bit more in this real life situation.
Yeah.
So this was nice.
Yeah, I understand. I have read The Alchemist by Coelho.
Yes. Yeah.
And I remember I read it during a way to somewhere in the train, and it was really very beautiful. the beautiful
Mm-hmm.
image, the atmosphere, and it's interesting. Yeah, I
Yeah.
understand. And about a little personal thing, do you like perfume, and do you have a favorite fragrance?
I do have a perfume, yeah, and I also like it a lot. And it's from Yves Saint Laurent. Um, it's the Eau de Toilette, I think. It's not too strong, but still very nice, and I really like it.
Yeah,
Uh,
the classical one, L'Homme.
yes.
Yeah, I have. It's on me now. It's
Ah,
one
good.
of my favorite ones. Yeah, it's my one of my top three.
Yes, I love it. I I um, I got it once as a present
Yeah,
from a colleague in Vienna, and since that moment, I never stopped wearing it, and I
yeah,
really like
I
it.
understand.
Yeah,
It's one of my favorite, and really for summer, for day, for everything,
everything. Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah,
Yes, and it's really I think it's for any gender, because
yes,
the fragrance, the perfume is amazing.
yeah.
And about your personality, um, what is your main personal advantage, in your
I think I'm
opinion?
very. I I think, or what people are telling me, my friends, they're telling me I'm very, very open, also very honest. I'm really like I tell my friends what I think or what I feel about. Um, and I think I have a personal kind of humor, which you have to understand, or some friends have to understand, But I think it's also
An advantage.
exactly, yeah, because once you get to know it, then it's really funny for them or for us, to laugh around and to enjoy the time together. So I guess this would be really my
Nice.
advantages, I would say.
Yeah, and a disadvantage.
I can be very stubborn, really stubborn.
It can be
This
an
is
advantage too.
yeah, but sometimes I see myself and um, I'm very very impatient also sometimes. If something doesn't work, I'm like giving up
Oh,
easily.
yeah.
Not with ballet,
Not with,
definitely not with ballet.
but with
But
ballet, you
sometimes,
are successful.
exactly, yeah. But sometimes when I don't understand this letter or I don't understand this phrase or whatever, and I try to figure it out, I cannot. It's too much for me.
Yeah, maybe it's very usual and
Yeah,
often
I also think
with the
it's
people.
normal, but some people just have more
It's
patience.
yes, we all are humans, so
Yeah.
it's typical. And the last philosophical question is what is happiness in your opinion?
Happiness. For me, it's just to fulfill your dreams. Just follow your dreams. Keep working on it. And especially now, I'm trying to look for happiness, or there's a bit of a desire there that you're looking for happiness. So I'm just focusing and looking forward to the future. When better times are coming, and you can be happier again. I mean, I'm trying to be positive every day and keep going, because if I would not look forward or not be happy, it would be just depressing. I would sit at home during the quarantine and be just like, what am I doing with my life? I cannot go out. I cannot train. I cannot perform. Um, so I always try to push myself and motivate myself and keep going. And this is very important.
Yeah, and I think happiness is something very
Yeah.
interesting and
And you
very,
need it, you know,
yeah,
you need it in your life, happiness. It's so
yeah.
important.
It's not just a fact, but it's the
Yeah.
process. It's the process, and
Yeah.
we are doing it. We are making it.
Exactly.
Yes, yeah, and I'm really happy today that we could have this very nice talk, and I'm really glad to meet you in person by by the only way possible now. It's but I'm really waiting for the possibility to watch your performances any way, online or offline, and to write about them, and to really to admire your performing on stage, because all that I have watched now, it's really very good, and I liked it very much, and I think that it's not the last one, our our meeting, and so thank you so much, and
Thank you very much.
yeah, I hope this lockdown and quarantine and the pandemic situation will end very, very fast and very soon, as soon as possible. Yeah.
Me
Thank
too.
you, and
And I hope to
good
see you
luck.
soon then. Yeah.
Yeah, very good season for you, and I'm really look forward to see you on stage.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.